this party.
Hey guys, this is Potiphar with another video, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys the differences between Dark Synchro, Dark Synchron, and my deck, Dark Tempest. So, let me go ahead and get this started for you guys. If the cards glare a little bit, I'm sorry, I can't see the actual camera where I am, because I'm sitting below it. So yeah, just be wary about that. So first off, Dark Synchro. Dark Synchro is a specific deck that utilizes Gofu, Level Eater, and then since I don't have the card with me anymore, Omega, Cypher Mode Omega. It also kind of utilizes, well, it does utilize Trishula, which I do actually have the card for. Let me get it real quick. It utilizes Trishula into a way of an Omega to where you can loop the hand and make your opponent not have a hand for their starting out play. The only issue with that I've ever actually seen is that it's not consistent enough. There are ways you can do it very easily, but unless you open up a Gofu plus Level Eater and you draw into like 8 or 9 different cards, you can't get off the play because it really relies on these cards. And then another card called DDR, or Different Dimension, I think Reborn or something like that. I have the card. That was the first deck I actually played. I honestly think that if you are trying to play Dark Synchro, Dark Synchron, you should honestly play Dark Synchro first, then move the Dark Synchron, and then if you're playing Dark Tempest, you should probably know how to play both of them before you move on to this. So Dark Synchro. Dark Synchro is kind of the same as Dark Synchron. It utilizes Gofu and Level Eater, but on top of that, it also uses Quick Draw, and it doesn't really loop their hand. What it does is it mainly goes for shooting Quasar Dragon. Now, both decks can go for shooting Quasar Dragon. However, there are specific decks that can do it better than others. Like this deck. It can make shooting Quasar Dragon. It can also make Blazer Dragon in the same turn without actually utilizing Soul Charge. If you use Soul Charge, you can actually make shooting Quasar, Blazer, and Cypher Dragon. But you usually will see a shooting Quasar with a blazing Quasar, usually first turn without using Soul Charge. And they also, since they do play Quick Draw, utilize tuning a lot because it gives you your stuff a lot faster. And then for both this deck and Dark Synchro, they both can also utilize Theseus. I always utilize Theseus, can't speak today, because it is a Gofu on a, basically Gofu on hentai. It's a really, really nice card. Without this, the deck would be a lot slower than what it is now. So now, we go into Dark Tempest. Now, Dark Tempest is a very weird-based deck. For the build I am specifically using, I'm still using the Quick Draw, the Dark Synchron, sorry, I cannot speak today. Dark Synchron engine, which is pretty much the same as as normal. You have your Gofu, you have your Level Eater, you have your Quick Draw Synchron. But with that, I'm also using an engine in this that doesn't really fit with Dark Synchron too much. You can put it in Dark Synchron, but it's really highly you don't, because you don't really want to see it because they are bricky if you do draw into it. And that is the Yangzing engine into this. Because in Dark Tempest, you want to draw as many cards as you can because you're obviously trying to get into other things than just your regular Quasar play, or you're trying to, hand loop play. You're trying to get into your Magic Hat and Clear Effector. Again, if there is glare, I'm sorry, I can't see it. You're trying to get into your Magic Hat Clear Effector play so you can go into your biggest play, which is Celestial Double Star Shaman with a Tempest Magician. So it's in a way very interesting to actually play the deck, because you have to know both Dark Synchro and Dark Synchron to actually be able to do this, while on the other hand, you don't have to really play Dark Synchron to actually know how to utilize maneuvers around the actual board. So at this point in time, I'm going to shuffle my deck and show you some combos with the 5-card hands that you can do, and what you should do during the Dark Tempest duels, or at least when you're playing it. And I will stand up for this so I can see what's actually going into the screen. I think some of my cards, when I was placing them down, didn't go on the screen, but I can also see my camera is moving down a little bit. So I'm going to move that with adjacent to it. Okay, so the first 5-card hands: Quick Draw, Gofu, Insta-Fusion, Armageddon Knight, and Where Art Thou? Now, this type of hand is a very, very strong hand. This is the hand you want to see. Anytime you see a Gofu play plus an Armageddon play, you're pretty much set the rest of the duel. Okie dokie. So let's go ahead and start this play out. So I want to set my hand over here so you guys can see this. There is a little bit of ledge because there is actually a leg right down here for the camera angle itself, because I don't like it having backwards because it does tilt the camera forward. And what I'll also do is I'll tilt this forward a little bit. Hopefully it stays. There we go. Just so you can see the combo better. You can actually see the camera moving a little bit. You Gofu first. And then you Armageddon Knight. Armageddon Knight effect, because you normal summoned it. You're going to search through your deck and go for your level leader. My bad. Now, obviously, this is all shuffled, so you're going to see what ends up happening at specific times. And don't worry, I'll be getting a new stand, so it doesn't do like this slow moving thing. I know it's trying to focus because it's moving. You're going to level leader onto that, making it a 4. I do have 1 dice with me, so keep in mind I might be using other things to show you levels. So you're going to go ahead and synchro into your Danglong. Now, since you don't have Chaiwen in your hand on the field or in the graveyard or banished, go ahead and use its effect to go ahead and search out a Chaiwen. So much glare. So there's your first Chaiwen. Now, this Chaiwen doesn't really do anything for the actual overall part in the combo, but it does let you deck thin 1, so you have a much easier time going into your key cards for the FTK. I love seeing my phone on my camera stand. You're going to go ahead and level leader your Danglong, making it 4. Special summoning out your level leader. At this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and Where Art Thou, so I can deck thin a little bit more. So I search out for a level 1. Now, since I do have Quick Draw in hand, I can search out for 2 different cards. I can search out for Synchron Resonator, or I can switch out for Glow Up Bulb, whichever seems to be fit. Now, in this situation, I'm always going to go into my Synchron Resonator because it's more useful in hand than anything, because Glow Up Bulb will be used later on in the graveyard. And that's if I grab it. Now, most people might ask me, well, why didn't you just use it for Quick Draw Synchron so you can ditch it and then have it in the grave? Because I can just still use this. I'm not normal summoning in because I don't play double summon in this. My friend does, so just keep that in mind. And there we go. Just so everyone is for anyone who is wondering, I am playing with the clip sleeves. Cannot speak today, like I keep saying. You're going to go ahead and synchro your level leader in Danglong to go into your key card to let you draw cards, TG Hyper Librarian. Danglong Effects is going to activate Engrave since you do have a Tywin in your deck still. To go ahead and special it out. Now since you do have a level 1 tuner plus a level 4 on field, you're going to go into your next monster. Now, this is the most important part of the whole combo, to be able to draw things. So, throughout the whole combo, before you get this, you didn't have to actually shuffle your deck because you're searching through it all the time. But now you actually have to shuffle your deck, which sucks. So, you're going to Synchro your 5 into, where is it? Your Excel Synchron. You're going to draw off a TG Hyper Librarian. And there you got a clear effector. Which is good, because you don't want Jet Warrior. Or Jet Synchron. You're going to activate Excel Synchron's effect. To go ahead and ditch your Jet Synchron. Can't pick up the last card. Just so you guys can see it, I'm going to block off the light a little bit. Yeah, put my finger in front of the camera. That's really great. It has to be underneath it. Yeah, it's underneath it. It's okay, get it. Either way, without glare. The reason why I have the light on is so you guys can see it. So I'm sorry about all the glare and the finger pointing and all that. Nothing I can really do about it until I get better lighting. And I will be getting better lighting. Okay, that gets sent. He becomes level 6. At this point in time, you're going to Level Eater this, making him back to level 5. And you're going to Synchro for your 6. You're going to draw off a TG Hyper Librarian, which we drew a Level Eater. You're going to level 8 your Core Dragon. Special. Go ahead and Synchro into your Stardust Charge Warrior. Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, and then Chainlink 3 are going to be able to draw 3 cards. Since both of these are optional, you can choose a Chainlink between those two, but this is always going to be 1. So we got 1, 2, 3, and we got another piece of art combo. So we are literally 1 card away from our combo. Before I start to summon my Level Eater again, I'm going to go ahead and Quick Draw Synchron to send... I'll send another Level Eater from my hand. Special Summon. Level Eat my Quick Draw Synchron. Before. Synchro. So I can go into my Jet Warrior. You're going to draw off a Hyper Librarian. It's a Rhoda. I'm going to go ahead and activate Rhoda so I can get the deck thinning out of the way. That's what you always want to do. You always want to deck thin. And once you have a deck thin, you're pretty much good. Now, the Insta-Fusions are still live because I haven't used any. So, at any point in time, if I feel like I need to go into a Trishula, I can. Sorry, not a Trishula. A Theseus. That combo is for another day. Okay. So right now, we have a pretty substantial hand. We are then going to Level Eater our Charge Warrior, making him a 5. I am then going to go ahead and activate Jet Synchron's effect, ditching a clear effector because it doesn't need to be in hand, to go ahead and special summon it out. I'd rather not use my Synchron Resonator because if I end up having no monsters in hand or nothing in my hand at the end of it, and this is my only thing I can activate, I'd rather have this on the field because I can't do anything with it. Synchro. This will be banished. I'm going to put it right here for you guys. Into my Formula Synchron. Librarian and a Formula will activate, and then we draw 2. So Maxi and a Recover. This is where it starts getting a little bit more choppy because it depends on what you actually draw to get your stuff. If you look back in our X deck, we still have our combo. We have Theseus, we have a Tatsunoko, a Drill Warrior, a Formula Synchron, and a Trishula with a Shooting Quasar. So now what we can do is we can use him, and this to go into our Quasar, draw an extra card, which normally I will go ahead and do. The Quasar, we'll draw a card, is another effect failure. And this is where it's a good thing we kept this in hand, because now I'm going to special summon this from the hand, because we control a Synchro monster. Activate Level Eater, targeting him, making him a 11. Synchro up into a Formula Synchron. And then effect, I draw 2 cards. So I got a Quick Draw and a Glow Up Bulb. That's actually really nice. We're going to go ahead and just use Quick Draw's effect to ditch the Glow Up Bulb to special summon. We're going to use Level E's effect, doing Quasar. Putting him down to make him 10. Synchro these 2 up. Making our Drill Warrior. We're going to draw a Hyper Librarian. There's another Clear Effector. Nothing really that we need yet. We still need just the one Desynchro. We're going to Level Eater. Either this or Drill Warrior, doesn't really matter. Drill Warrior is going to bounce off the field anyway. So just to make things easier on me, I'm going to do him. We're going to sync with our Formula Synchron into Tatsunoko. Draw half a Librarian. A Lower Darkness. Lower Darkness, draw 2 cards. 1, 2. We got 2 tunings, and one of them is dead. We do have a Dark, so that gets vanished. We're going to go ahead and tuning, because only one of them is going to be dead. Because we do play 3 Quick Draws. So right now we have a 6, a 3, a 5, a 9, and then everything else in our hand with things in the graveyard. I can special summon out a Glow Up Bulb. Okie dokie. So that gets added. We mill the 1. Oh, it's a Foolish. Kind of sucks. We're going to go ahead and Level Eater our Drill Warrior. So that will become a 5. Since we have a 5, 6, and a 3, we're going to go ahead and, well, maybe. Because we still have a Trishula we can go into, which could be our savior. If we do that, we don't have Desynchro yet. Let's see here. Tatsunoko can be a 5. I just need a 4. That'll become a 4. Or 4. Yeah, that will probably be the best choice. Because this will allow us to draw 1 card. Either way, we're drawing 1 card. Let's actually do it like this. Let's do this first. So that go into Trishula, we draw, and then banished. Oh, looky there, that's the savior card. Okie dokie. So now comes the fun part. Since we have our savior card, this is what we are digging to because we have all the other stuff. We're going to go ahead and activate Desynchro. Not on Trishula, not on Quasar. Hyper Librarian. You do not get to special summon this stuff out because because the stuff has been moved around. Okay. Yeah, my whole camera's like moving down on me. That kind of sucks. Now we're going to go ahead because we have a Glow Up Bulb in the graveyard, if you guys remember. Glow Up Bulb. Then, oh my god, it's another Synchro. It's so powerful. Special summon glow bulb. Then we're going to level eater our Quasar. One step forward. Going to that. We're going to Synchro into our Celestial Double Star Shaman and use its effect. We are going to special summon out. It doesn't matter from the hand. It doesn't matter if it's from the hand or graveyard. I just so happen to have that in the graveyard and that in the hand. Magic Cat and Clear Effector. Synchro all three for 6. Effect 1, and then effect 2, and then effect 3. The third effect is going to top deck a Desynchro. The Clear Effector is going to let us to draw 1 card, and that will gain a counter. The only way I can do counters right now is this little thing. At this point in time, you will not be plussing anything else. So you can do the 500 and then use its effect to go ahead and discard specific number amount. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you'll burn for 55. So effect, discard my whole hand, except for Desynchro. This gets a 10 counters. So you pop off 11. It's 55. Desynchro. Bounce that back. Special summon out your 3 monsters. Oops. I'm going to keep this right here. Re-Synchro into Tempest. Effect 1. Effect Clear Effector. Click the effect of Magic Cat. Type that Desynchro. Draw. Counter. Effect to burn for 5. And you just keep returning. You keep doing that over and over and over again. So as you can see, the combos are actually very strong. And you do have an active Quasar just in case they do end up having something to negate, like a Celestial or this. So that's the combos for you guys. It's very easy, and that's the differences. I understand this is a very long video, so I'm sorry about that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, become me today, comment, rate, and I'll see you guys next time.